Mary, do you have like a fan on in that room? Because you always have this loud buzz behind yours. I mean, I can edit it out, it's no big deal. But
I have no
hey,
fan
Jared.
on.
No? Okay.
What's up, Big J?
Just be the AC. I don't know.
What was that? Hi, Mary.
Oh,
Hello.
Scott, I gotta show you when I do pictures. So Emily's grandfather did not throw a lot away.
Hmm.
That's why for the past 3 years I've been shredding tax returns from the 80s and 90s.
So
So
you're a hoarder by insertion?
oh my gosh. So
Because
I
it's in
cleaned out
Emily's
his
family tree.
I cleaned
Go
out
ahead.
his man cave, right?
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people didn't want any of his stuff. It's like, oh man, like this is some awesome stuff. He has magazines from like the 70s and 80s. Like he has like I have a cool magazine with O.J. Simpson on the cover of it playing football,
That's
like
really cool.
That's
pre
awesome.
murder. All these, of course, he's a big Philadelphia
Alleged.
fan. So
Alleged. Alleged.
I have like the Phillies yearbook from the 1977 and in
Yeah.
like pristine condition.
Oh, that's cool.
It's awesome. I have this cover of some football magazine with Franco Harris on the cover. But the coolest part about it is when you're flipping through all these, you see all the old advertisements and stuff like that. And I'm telling you, the
Cool.
pages are like in pristine condition.
Joe
So
Camel.
when I go through them, I'm gonna what's it called? I'm gonna put plastic on all of them and everything. But there's hundreds of them,
That's cool.
hundreds of these magazines. It's awesome. Yeah.
They used to have Joe Camel advertisements in Highlights magazine. It was really weird.
Oh yeah, it was in the kids like Christian magazines. Is that
It,
what that
it
Yeah.
was
was?
it
Wasn't
was
it?
really weird actually seeing these cigarette advertisements on these magazines.
Yeah. All right.
No,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, no Playboys. Although, Ryan, the funny thing is, so he did have all these sports magazines laying around, and then Emily's cousin, who actually went through the basement, found all these Sports Illustrated swimsuit editions in different spots all over the all over the basement.
Jesus.
That's really funny.
All right. Starting in three, two, one. That's right. You are listening to the No New Friends podcast, voted number one by our friends and family. We are the podcast for adults who like to laugh at adulting. If you'd like to connect with us, check out our sweet merchandise or join our clubhouse, our Patreon. Just visit our website. That's no new friends podcast.com. We're on the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Twitter. And let me tell you about our Patreon. Look, for as low as $2 a month, that's $24 a year, you get exclusive access to live recordings, cutting room floor, which I got to tell you, Face Pirate hit cutting room floor. So unless you're a Patreon member, you're not going to know what Face Pirate is. So join Patreon today. It is the season, OrlandoWeekly.com, Best of Orlando competition. We are trying to become a finalist again, so please write in and nominate us under the category Local Notables, and that's a best local podcast that's not on the radio. If you listen to us on Apple, please leave us a 5-star review and rating. If you listen to us on Spotify, just answer that question and poll. My name is Scott. I am the host. With me, as always, my co-host. I'm an architect for her pain. Not only is she the queen of the sunrail, she's the queen of quarantine, Mary.
Hey.
And our other co host. He's a LinkedIn expert. If you need any advice, he is looking for clients. The scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris.
Alrighty then.
Oh, nice. A little Jim Carrey, Ace Ventura.
Yeah, like every Jim Carrey movie ever.
Yeah,
Right,
I
right.
think so. Has to be
So,
Now,
more than one.
I actually have a couple comments about your intro. First of all, when you say write us
flawless,
in,
flawless. And when Carlos was here, I had to do it 3 times.
well, there is that. But when we ask people to write us in for best podcast, are we asking them to write in No New Friends or No New Friends podcast? And is there a difference?
There's probably not a difference, but No New
Okay.
Friends podcast.
Okay.
That's
So I
the
just wanted to make
official
that
name is
clear.
No New
I
Friends
got nervous.
podcast.
I started sweating. I'm like, what do I type? Do I put podcast? Do I not put podcast? It's for
Chris
local
hasn't voted
podcast.
yet.
So is it inferred? And do we nominate Mary for local OnlyFans?
I was
Um,
thinking that, and I got to tell you, I got hit with that joke 4 times. Someone circled and like, you want us to nominate you for OnlyFans, or and I'm like,
um,
come on.
y'all, the people I work with put me in for a local politician, and I am not. So we're wondering how many votes it takes to actually get on the
I
ballot.
don't know, but listen, no new friends listeners. So while you're nominating us for best local podcast under the category local notables, the category directly above or below podcast is best OnlyFans. Mary Reedy. That's Reedy. Please write her in. Let's all press is good press, my friend. So there it is.
My father would be so proud.
He
So
will.
proud.
He will be very proud.
I don't even
I'll write
I
him
don't
and
even
I'll send him a copy of the article.
I don't
You know
even
who's not gonna be proud, Mary? Scott, when you win something for a category and No New Friends wins nothing. How funny would that be?
something
That would be
doesn't exist.
that would happen, Chris.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if we told you the story of when we had Russ and Bo 2.0, a big
Yeah.
podcast here in Orlando from the Monsters in the Morning at our place of business. Like I coordinated the interview. I set it all, or not the interview, but them live recording there, and they did it for free. And my owner sent me on an errand. I come back, and Mary's got the headphones on and is on the Russ and Bo podcast. I'm like, you gotta be kidding.
They
I mean,
asked
that's what
me.
happened.
I was minding my own business, okay? They asked me. I couldn't say no.
So listen, a
fine.
little bit of housekeeping. For some reason, 2 episodes ago, the No New Friends and Diz His Excellent Adventure, it's missing 8 minutes. The last 8 minutes of the show is just missing. I uploaded it. It's there on my end, but for some reason, it's not going anywhere else. So it's Remy talking about Remy's Roundtable and that next episode, and then Diz His talking about their next episode. So we're not going to replay it or anything. Just make sure you listen to Remy's Roundtable and Diz His podcast. So I'm having problems with my TV right now, and I wanted to discuss it with you guys real quick because there's a lot to unpack. So for some reason, I've got a Roku television, and in it is my Amazon Fire Stick.
Right.
So I'm trying to access my streaming platforms that I pay for on my Amazon Fire Stick. Well, it's not really working, and we've bought a new one. That's not really working. So I'm now having to watch everything on the Roku, which is fine. I've got access to everything, but the problem is the Amazon Fire Stick has all of my account information. So my Netflix
Oh
account.
yeah. So like your algorithms are probably really messed up right now.
Absolutely. So now I'm using
Yeah.
Rachel's Netflix login on the Roku. So let me tell you, now I'm into the home edit.
I don't even know what
I
that is.
started.
Can you
It,
explain what that is?
you don't know what the
My
home? Oh my
algorithm,
God! I
no,
don't know
my
what it is either.
algorithm is murder, Scott. I don't know what that is. Are you kidding me?
The home edit are these two ladies, and they're really huge on Instagram. They built their entire business through social media, but they come in and they organize your closets, and it's like all by colors and stuff.
That sounds
And
really stressful to
Is she
me.
Asian?
no, that's Marie
No, does it bring
Kondo.
you joy?
Yes,
Different.
that's
Yeah,
what I
you
was
hold
thinking
it.
of.
That's a different one.
But you know
But they
what?
have.
That really did help me, Chris. I did purge a lot after that.
You
So
will like the home edit.
I got
And
divorced once. Just kidding.
they do, they do celebrities' homes too, and actually Reese Witherspoon has bought the entire brand. She's now an executive producer on the show, and
Oh.
she owns the Home Edit brand, which is great for these two ladies. And they're good friends with Reese Witherspoon now as a result of this, obviously. But
Do
I'm
you get to see
watching the
their
Home Edit.
closets? I want to see theirs.
No, no, no. Well,
See, I think
I'm only
that's
2 episodes in.
okay. Well, keep us updated.
I will. But now,
Yeah.
so next up is the Bachelorette. I went to 7-Eleven today and bought a wine cooler and some tampons. And the next thing I'm going to be doing is
I'm
waxing my
gonna.
legs.
Can you
It's really weird.
explain to me what the wine cooler and tampons are for?
Because I'm watching a show that is primarily watched by women.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm growing my own vagina.
Oh, cool. So, like, do you need seeds and like water? How are you growing that? What's the
It's just
tampon
randomly
for?
appearing. It's just
What's the
randomly
tampon
appearing. It's
for?
to control the bleeding.
I'm just gonna make this
once a
as
month.
uncomfortable for you as possible because that was the worst joke I've ever heard in my life. Anyways, continue on.
The
There's
first
nothing
rule
wrong
of
with a bachelorette.
there's a lot.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's awful. The Bachelorette is god awful.
I mean, they are awful, but what I'm saying is it's okay. You don't have to, that's not like, you don't have to be a girl to like it. You don't have to have a vagina, right?
Well,
Chris,
I
somebody
am
help back me
actually.
up.
Well, I hate The
Back me up.
Bachelor and The Bachelorette
Thank
and
you,
all
Chris.
the other ets and ers that whatever they want to.
What about Smurfette? Jeez,
Yeah,
Chris.
see, any
Way
of
to
them.
really,
So
way to really just box them all in.
I'm glad Scott brought this up. 'Cause I'm very passionate about this, and Emily will tell you. So I don't watch a lot of TV.
Excited to hear. Sorry, Waffles is also
I
very
watch a lot of YouTube, and my algorithm on YouTube is chef's kiss. So whoever is not a Patreon just saw the longest chef's kiss, or whoever is a Patreon just saw the longest chef's kiss. And if you want to become a Patreon, you can go to no new friends podcast.com, and so you can see my chef's kiss in person. So my algorithm on YouTube is impeccable. My algorithm on Netflix is like, I've had people ask me if they could buy my Netflix account so that they could have my algorithm. Emily's algorithm makes me we get in fights over her algorithm because it's so bad, because she's watching all these reality TV shows, and there's so much good content on Netflix that's just hidden by her just abysmal
Yeah, 'cause
algorithm.
you'll never know it's there.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And listen, my algorithm, I got a little bit of John Wayne Gacy,
Oh
got a
yeah, the
got a
tapes.
little
Did
bit
you?
of Cecil Hotel,
Yeah.
got a little bit of
Oh, I love it.
you know,
You're really pandering to my likes right now. I
yeah,
love
got a
this
little,
for
got a
me.
little bit of Breaking Bad, a little bit of Ozark. Emily's is like Selling Sunset. That's her new thing she's doing.
Oh,
Um,
I never got into it.
yeah, it's Selling Sunset.
It's like real estate, right?
Uh,
Like high
yeah,
end.
it's real. But it's real estate, but it's a reality real estate, which is I don't know.
So like real estate. I don't.
So when we yeah, exactly, it doesn't make sense. So we go on to watch Ozark, right, the other day. You know how long it takes me to find Ozark, because I refuse to search for things, because
Yeah,
in
yeah.
my
You can't.
algorithm,
Yeah, don't
I know
ask for
everything's at.
directions. Don't do
No,
that.
no, my algorithm,
Way.
everything's neatly organized in my
Yeah.
algorithm, so I know where Ozark is. So I don't need to search for it. Or hers, I have to go through all these reality TV shows. I have to search. It's not even trending. I don't know how. But it's not even trending on her Netflix. That's how bad her algorithm is. They don't even put it on there, because she'll never watch this. And that's not even like, I exaggerate a lot on this podcast. I am not even exaggerating
You
about
wish you
that.
were.
We sat down on the day one release of the new episodes of Ozark, and it was not on the top 10 trending on her Netflix.
Wow, yeah, that
Yeah.
is crazy to me. They really will. So sometimes I get really grumpy if the kids use my like username instead of their own. Mostly like Zoe, because she's older, so she'll instead of using my kids' one, and that's fine. She's more mature than I am. But like I'll have some weird stuff on there, and I'm like,
Oh,
this is not what I recently watched. Or even
Like
worse,
craft
she'll
or how to put a curse on someone or
um
voodoo magic.
Mr. Sir, she is out of her Dark Lord phase, okay? She's back into Lily Pulitzer, and I'm living my best
Oh.
life. I
It
know.
was
I'm
it was
very
much
happy.
funnier when she was the Dark Lord.
It was, but
Can
she's
we
still
just
just
pretend?
asleep.
We're gonna cut that out. So does she watch The
Okay.
Craft and other voodoo
So
magic
well, but
stuff?
she does like yeah, she likes some weird stuff, just like I do. Anyways, what makes me even more angry though is if they finish a series that I've started, and so I can't start where I left off anymore. No,
oh
I will. I
man.
will commit murder. I'll commit murder.
Yeah,
Waffles,
yeah.
could you please not?
Or
Like, could you take it
or
down a notch?
like you start an episode of something and you don't realize that it's been played, and it's like at the very
Oh
end of
my
the episode.
gosh.
So
Mm.
that
Yeah.
happened to me. That happened to me on the Red Wedding on Game of Thrones.
Oh gosh.
Red Wedding, Game of Thrones, I see not one of the major characters, but his wife laying on the ground,
No.
a little bit bloody. And I'm like, wait a second, what's this? And I'm like, oh, this is the end of the episode. I need to go back.
Oh
Must
no.
have
So
been. Do you ever fall asleep while something's playing and then you wake up and
No.
you're like, man, I don't know where I left
yes,
off. I
I've
like
yes.
to
never
lull
fallen asleep.
myself to sleep during during like
I'm
a
not
good
kidding.
murder doc. I don't know if you have Discovery Plus, but that is a treasure trove of documentaries. It's the
Yeah.
greatest thing I've ever discovered.
I have
I
all the Plus.
No, but I got
discovered. See what
CNN
I
Plus.
crazy ever discovered. Yes.
Uh,
Anyways,
do
Time
the
out
one you want.
real quick. Hold on.
Yes.
Chris, what does your timer say right now?
13:55. We're at 14
Okay.
minutes.
So
All right.
3 minutes equals 14 minutes. Okay, continue.
So
common
you guys are
fun.
talking about Netflix, all your streaming services. I don't touch my YouTube algorithm. That's my baby. That I've been working on that for years now. So when Emily found out how to add her own profile into our TV, so she doesn't have to go on mine, because it was a divorceable offense. So we are
I
on.
agree.
If she watches a YouTube video, like, she'll be cleaning the house and turn on like an hour's worth of like country songs and stuff. No. So I literally, I go into my YouTube history and delete the history, so it takes it back, so it takes it out of the.
Is that why you delete your history, Chris? It's because of that.
I learned how to do it for another reason, but that was in 6th grade, and that was a very long time ago.
That's a practical reason.
But since we've been talking about, murder documentaries and celebrities, and did you hear about that? It just happened. I don't know if I don't know if you guys heard about this because it just happened like right before we got on. But that celebrity was stabbed.
What
Reese.
celebrity?
Reese.
Oh, right, yeah, yeah, with her spoon.
No, with a knife, Scott.
Aw.
The thing is, I've heard that joke so many times, and I forget how to play that joke. I'm
it
so
was
glad
lit-
you did that.
Oh God, but it's the same thing as that stupid joke you told us. We were like, I don't have the clue.
I knew you'd get stuck on that.
And we all still laugh about it. Like every now and then I'll be walking to my office from the train and I'll just chuckle thinking about how just your face when you were like waiting for us to.
Well, that's like your Bredicate moment when
Oh.
you like they robbed them of all of their dough.
I love that clip.
And nobody, they just.
That was the
Anyways,
worst. That was the
it's-
worst.
So I actually just wrecked my Hulu algorithm literally right now because Grayson Reedy, sometimes his taste in what he wants to watch really changes. Like it's all over the place. But right now it's Dragon Ball Z. And I actually lied because it didn't change my Hulu algorithm. It would still be on there. The way I explained to my trainee today about our different account types was with Pokemon. I was like, so you start with a Charmeleon, right? It's going to evolve. When you get to this account type, it's a Charizard. And that's how she understood our accounts. Anyways, but something about shows, guys? Somebody else talk, because now I feel dumb. Help.
We'll just let you keep going.
I agree with everything you said.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
I think you
It's
should
fine.
expand. I didn't understand the
I
one
don't
part where you
know. I
said
don't
the
want to. I
Pikachu.
don't. Do you know anything about Pokemon?
No, I don't know anything. I know that
Like,
I know
at
that
least
when
Jared, Big J knows. See,
I
thank
know.
you. You know what? Jared knows what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? They've all like.
Look,
somebody
at least
knows.
the only thing I know about Pokemon is when that game Pokemon Go came out, I couldn't play it on my phone because my phone at the time was so old. It
Did you
wouldn't
have a
play.
phone then?
I did. I had an Android, which is probably
Oh,
another reason why it wouldn't play because it was an
and
Android.
that is that. I've
My
divorced for less than that.
my favorite stage of Pokemon Go is when adults were trying to get hip with it, and that was during the 2016 election, and Hillary Clinton was on stage, and she was like, "We've all heard of Pokemon Go, but I want them to Pokemon go to the polls."
No,
Oh
please don't tell me that
Oh,
happened.
oh,
That's
it was
not
real.
true.
It was so
no!
real. That's
Oh
why she
Ryan
lost.
Ryan knew what
God,
you were
that's
saying.
gotta
He
be it.
typed out Pokemon Go to the polls.
That's why
No,
she lost. That was the
That
nail
you're
in the
probably
coffin
right.
for her.
that
Yeah.
was what happened.
She
That's what
lost all the
happened.
she lost all the millennials on that one.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
Yeah, about that.
All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got some new segments coming up. We've got Chris's Conspiracy Corner, which I'm really excited about. And then Mary's going to bring us a not strange news story. So we're going to do strange news, but it's not a
It's a
strange news
little
story.
strange.
I don't know what it is. I'm very nervous about it. And then we've
Should
got some
be.
other things that are going to be coming down the pipeline at some point as well. You are listening to the No New Friends podcast. We'll be right back.